Well, it's time to say goodbye to 2019 and say hello to 2020. Oh, that sounds weird to say. That sounds so weird. 2020. What a year it might end up being. Who knows? I mean, some of us have a rough idea what the start of the year might be like, but that's a topic for later. For now, I want to revisit some of the things that happened in both my personal life and on YouTube in this video. So, to begin with, let's start with some of the things that went on for me, because I want to be authentic with you guys. I think that's always come across in my videos, but I need to stay a little bit vague. If we backtrack to when I made the 2018 video, it was titled The Toughest Year of My Life, and I still stand by that today. So, last year, or this year, depending on when this video comes out, 2018 was a weird year for me. It was a tough year, it really was, and I'm not really going to go too much into detail of it now, because obviously that was the events of that year, and I want to talk about the events of 2019, so if you haven't seen that, I would recommend watching it, because it will help you understand some of the things I'm talking about today. So, some of the things that happened this year were things such as there was a lot of family issues, and there were a couple of medical issues, not involving myself, but involving members of the family and so on. So the family issues were a little bit rocky at the start of the year. It went a bit weird, but things seem to be normaling out now, which is kind of good. It's good. It's good. That's all I can say about that, really. So that was the start of the year. Towards recently, there's been a couple of medical issues going on. Again, I'm sorry I can't go into detail, but it's private stuff. I can't really talk too much about it. So there is a slight concern and a little bit of stress and anxiety going on with it, but I think everything will be okay, and if it doesn't end up being okay, it will still be on the lighter side. I think that's as much as I can say, so I do apologize for that, but yeah. Swiftly moving on, there's also been a lot of stuff go on for me in getting better, in the sense of, if you saw last year, this will make a lot more sense, but I've been seeing therapy for the reasons I stated in 2018, and so far it's really helped a lot. It really has. And to anyone who's struggling, to anyone that needs help, don't be afraid to speak up, because if no one spoke up, if no one spoke up, no one would ever be helped. So it's definitely worth speaking up. It really is. And make sure that you talk to people that you can trust, talk to people who will listen, and they will help you get help, which is always a good thing. I've been going to therapy for almost a year now. Can't believe how quickly that's coming up. I've been going to therapy for almost a year, and I'm definitely not in the place I used to be. I look back and think, yeah, that was a dark time, but now I'm not looking that bad. Does that make sense? Probably not. I'm not as bad as I was. I'm not in the position I was before. Yeah, okay, that's probably the best way to put it. I'm going to leave this video completely uncut, by the way, only because, well, my audio uncut, only because I want to stay authentic, so anything I say wrong and anything that I mess up is gonna be in the video, so look forward to that, I suppose. But one thing that's really helped me as well is not act as a distraction, but to act as a coping mechanism, has been YouTube. And I think that's because of all the support I've been getting. Lately, it's been incredible. I've surpassed 250 subscribers at this point. Like, how incredible is that? That is absolutely mind-blowing to me, and to a lot of people, they would look at that and think that's not a lot, compared to some of the YouTubers who have literally millions, but to me, that is a lot. That's 250 individual people who have subscribed to a fairly small channel, and you guys have been really awesome and really generous as well, because a lot of the comments I get say, oh, I thought this channel would have had like 50,000 subs and I saw you only had like 200. And it's like, yeah, okay, that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I've done something right. So it's kind of an online validity, which has really helped me get through some of the stuff that's going on in my life. And for that, all I can say is thank you. I know all I say in these vlog type things is thanks, but I mean it. I really do mean it. Without YouTube, I don't know what I would be. I mean, I'd still be playing video games, but I wouldn't have, well, I probably wouldn't have coped as much as I have. So things are looking up. Things are getting better and things are going great. So that's pretty much all I need to talk about for my personal life. Now let's talk about YouTube. YouTube was a bit weird this year. Not just for me, but for some of the bigger creators as well. There was the whole adpocalypse that didn't really affect me because I don't get ads anyway. So there wasn't really a big issue there, but there was a couple of things that went on that could have, gone better, and a little bit of drama, and then we had the end of the year YouTube Rewind, which was a Watch Mojo list, and yeah, it was a bit weird, but not a lot happened while a lot happened at the same time. I know that's really contradictory, but it's sort of true. In a way, it's kind of correct, so yeah, I think the biggest thing regarding YouTube to come out of this year, and will come across to next year as well, is copper. And I want to take this opportunity to talk about it, because I've not spoke about it on the channel yet, but it's kind of an important issue, because it could affect anyone. So, if you've not heard of copper, copper is actually a rule imposed by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. Now, copper stands for Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, and don't get me wrong, I really do understand why they want to enforce this onto YouTube, because YouTube were bragging about being a site for kids, and then they got caught out for collecting data on children who are under the age of 13. Now, the rule for copper is it imposes certain requirements on operators of websites, YouTube and Facebook and so on, or online services directed to children under 13 years of age. And if these operators of the websites or online services have the knowledge that they are collecting personal information from a child under 13 years of age, they are liable to be sued. And that's exactly what happened. YouTube got sued for $170 million. That is a hefty price. But in regards to that, after they paid that really hefty fee, they had to enforce the new rule, and they apologized, they did a formal statement and everything, but now they're leaving it up to the creators of the videos, everyone who uploads videos to the platform, to dictate whether their content is made for kids. Not a big deal, right? No, not at all, but it's the way they're going about doing it, because if you dictate your video not made for children, and either YouTube or the FTC deem otherwise, they are liable to sue you. Guess how much they're able to sue you for? For one video, $42,000. Think how much that would ruin someone's life, especially if they're a small YouTuber. Think how much that could ruin families, ruin businesses for one video. So imagine a channel that has hundreds of videos, let's say, 500 videos, and half of them, literally dead in the middle of them, get deemed for kids and they deemed otherwise. They would get fined or sued $42,000 per video. How much do you think that would be? Because, that's quite a lot. For 250 videos, that would be $10,500,000. Who can afford that? And 250 videos is not even close to near how many videos some people have. Most big YouTubers have hundreds, even thousands of videos on their channel. And if they don't swear, it's deemed for kids, even though their content might not be made for kids. They could get fined, and I think that's what's annoying and scaring a lot of people. You might have heard that a lot of your big favourite YouTubers are taking a little bit of a break, over the start of 2020, and I think it's because, not to, diminish them or anything, quite rightfully so, they're worried, they're scared of what happens in the start of the year. And, I mean, I would be, but I swear like a sailor in my videos. I swear! All of the fucking time, so there's no worry there. But a lot of people have been really cautious about it, because if I made a Minecraft video, does that mean that video is made for kids, even if I swear in the video? Who knows, because Minecraft is seen as a children's game, even though it is played by a lot of adults. So, that's where gaming reaches a weird grey area, and it's why a lot of people are very worried for the start of the year. Now, one thing I am going to say is that I'm not going to stop uploading. I don't think it will affect big channels, small channels, sorry. I'm not a big channel, imagine that. I don't think it'll oh my god, I can't speak right now. Give me a second. Whew, right. I don't think it'll affect small channels such as mine to begin with, but they do need to really change the way that it's being dealt with, especially on YouTube's side, because are they giving any legal advice? No. Are they leaving us out in the dark? Yes. Why? Because if they intervene, if they try and help out, they will be liable for any of the copyrights or any of the usage or anything to do with family-friendly content. But there is also another downside to this. The other downside is that if a channel has been specifically family friendly, they could lose up to 60% of their revenue. All of the money they earn through videos could be cut over in half. Which, if you go to work and, I don't know, do 42 hours a week, I know that's a lot of hours, but 42 hours a week, I know that's not a lot of some people, but let's just say 42 hours a week, could you afford to get your wages cut in half? Probably not. So why should these creators' livelihoods be any different? They shouldn't. So that's why a lot of people are worried and a lot of people are scared, but I guess we're just going to have to see and wait and see what happens in 2020. No one has a clue because it gets enforced on January 1st. That's why a lot of creators are taking breaks. I'm going to continue as normal because, like I said, I swear like a sailor, so there's nothing wrong with my content. Even though I play some games that look like they can be for kids, usually I've at least sweared once or twice in the video. And I've marked all of my content not made for kids because, in reality, it's not. And if they deem otherwise, well then, I guess we're going to have to get ready to fight. Because it really is not. Kids may happen to watch, but that doesn't mean that the content is specifically made for them. And I think that's the big problem with the way it's being enforced currently. But a counter-argument for a lot of people is that if kids are freely accessing YouTube, why can't YouTube just make it so if a kid is under the age of 13, they need a parent's email to authenticate their account, in order to give permission for the YouTube data collectors to collect the data on the kids. That would solve so many problems, but instead YouTube are just like, no, you can do it, it's fine. They don't care, because they've already had to pay their fine, and they just want to comply so they don't get fined again. And I think that's one of the main reasons a lot of people are pissed at YouTube. And I mean, rightfully so, but enough rambling on. I know I went on a tangent there, but well, no, I didn't really. I was kind of talking about the thing I said I was going to talk about, so I kind of stayed on topic, which is kind of cool. I stayed with the FTC. Yay! Anyway, yes, so what else is happening? What else is there to talk about? I mean, not a lot. I've got some series coming up that will be kind of cool. I have a new series idea, which I kind of think is original, which is kind of rare these days. So I think it's original. I don't really know. I don't want to say what it is just in case it gets done before I have a chance to do it myself. So I best get to go record that. Yes, I might do that after this video. When am I recording this? It's a secret. Dun dun dun. Okay, well anyway, I've kept you here for way much longer than I thought I would, so I've had my little rant. I've spoke about the last year. YouTube's been great though. I've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of good comments this year as well. A lot of the comments I've had have been like, whoa, how do you only have this many subscribers? I would have thought you had so many more. And it's honestly, it makes my day when I read comments like that. And all I can say is, thanks. That's all I can say, really. Thank you. Really, thank you. I mean, if you want to help out the channel, please do. The better we grow, the better. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I think I'm not going to keep you here any longer and leave that video here. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, what you think of the video, and I will see you in the next one.
Duck season!
Bye!
Fire!